So what's up guys, in this video we're going to be going over my programming basically. So this is the current program that I'm running. It's basically kind of a combination of knowledge from different people and my own training over the years and just how I like to train basically. So it's not really like based on anybody else's like exact programming. It's kind of a combination of all these different people's knowledge and my own, and then I just kind of like made my own program and how I like to train and what I'm trying to focus on. So this is kind of a more bodybuilding oriented program. I'm trying to gain general strength with this program, as well as just work on all the compound lifts and especially putting some focus on the arms every week a lot. That's my focus pretty much with right now with bodybuilding, is getting bigger arms, to be honest. That's where I'm kind of lacking, I feel, the most. So that's where my focus is. But I'm still trying to get general strength in all the different variations I have to an extent in this program. That's kind of what it's for, is to increase general strength and gain bigger arms in the process as well. So I've been testing this for like about a year now in total. Over the time, obviously changing some volume and intensity and stuff like that. Now the way this program works is pretty simply, I have my conventional lifts or primary lifts over here, which I have different weight for, which is my 1 rep max for each lift. And then that automatically calculates all the different other accessory lifts, primary accessory lifts, which I can then choose to use if I feel like using them. This is kind of based on Blood Omni-Man's programming and the way he does his Excel programs, so that's kind of where I got the idea from. This is a 9-week program, so it's more bodybuilding oriented. It's not like a fast strength program. That's not the point. I don't really care about strength, to be honest, that much right now. Like, I just want to get a bigger body mostly. I do have strength goals that I want to achieve in my life, of course, but they're not that important to me, I feel. But anyways, that's pretty much the way this program is in short. And then in the bottom I have some different things for stretching and whatever, but that's not really important for this program and the main use of the program. So the main idea with this program is to every week increase either reps, intensity, or push pretty much the same reps but make it easier. That's pretty much how it goes, like how you progress on this program. And I obviously use varying rep ranges, so evolving rep ranges from like 8 to 12, 6 to 10, whatever, depending on the exercise and how much juice I have left. So if you have no idea what that means, and to say about reps in reserve versus evolving rep ranges, I think I actually prefer evolving rep ranges over reps in reserve, to be honest. I don't use reps in reserve a lot. I don't really like it compared to evolving rep ranges. I think evolving rep ranges are easier to understand for everybody and so on. I do have reps in reserve in this program if I want to use it, and sometimes I do, but I mostly stick to evolving rep ranges, or I have static rep ranges for certain lifts where I want to make certain progressions, so like the bench. So that's pretty much how I do reps. And I'm just going to go over every week and kind of explain how I think about how I run this program, when I'm running it, and what I'm doing. Everything on this program is not exactly set, like the sets might not be exactly, so I'm going to go through that and explain how I think about these things. So it's like a general, it's like a paper where I have my program in a sense, but it's like, it's changeable, it's modifiable on the way to my needs and recovery. That's how I like to do it. I don't really believe in a static program that it was like so perfect, unless you have like a personal trainer that knows you so well and just knows exactly what to do. But since I don't have that, I'm doing everything by myself. I kind of have to just be my own guide a little bit with my body and see how it feels a lot of times. But overall, I've made really good gains on this program, and I've gained arm size and strength generally on every lift, so it's working for me, so I've sticked with it and modified it where I feel the need, where I'm like not making progress and stuff like that. So I'm always experimenting. So to go over week 1, there is the easy bar curl, which I like to start with arms to get fresh. And that I'm doing 2 sets, sometimes 3 sets for 6 to 10 usually. So a bit heavier on Mondays, and then after that I hit bench. And these could be any variation you want. Like, I just chose easy bar curls. Just stick with what you differently like yourself for yourself and progress on that. Don't switch too many exercises when it comes to like lifts all the time. Using different variations all the time is kind of pointless. Like, have some certain variations you use and just stick to those and level up basically. Now for the bench, I do tempo pause bench, which is 3-second eccentric and a pause. And then I do that for 1 set with the calculated weight based off my 1 rep max. In this case, it's about 80% of my 1 rep max. And I do that for 1 set of 5 reps, that's static. I kind of try to increase that by like 1 rep or just make the set better every week. That's my goal with this. And then I do back offsets, in this case 2, which ramps up every week. Which the idea is I either increase reps, sets, intensity, or I basically just do the same sets better. And then I have chin-ups, which I'm actually going to superset with bench. I'm doing 2 working sets and 2 bodyweight sets. So 2 working sets is like I'm doing 3 to 6 reps with chin-ups usually, and I add weight. So 2 working sets, and then I do 2 bodyweight sets of usually 10, just to kind of back off and get extra volume. That's my idea with that. And then I have usually some forearm work. I do 1 to 2 sets of forearm work, like wrist curls. Then I do 2 to 3 sets of some kind of long short head tricep isolation of choice. And then a lateral raise of choice, so dumbbells or cable. Prefer cable most of the time. It's better for the overall feeling on your shoulder, just hypertrophy, to be honest, because it just always keeps the muscle tension there instead of letting it go all the time with the dumbbells. Dumbbells are fun, but it's not as effective in my opinion. But it's still, I mean, either works. It doesn't really matter that much, but cable I feel is a little bit more strict and better for overall hypertrophy. And then I have some pullovers. I like to do 2 to 3 sets of these, around 12 reps. And all of these, I just see what weight I'm at, I track my weight, and then on my notes, and then I pretty much just increase weight over time. So I don't put any weights on these specifically. I just go with what I can do, and I've tried and I know I can do. Then usually I do some rear delts, actually before dips, and then after rear delts, I go into dips, which is just get some back off volume that's really cheap with body weight, because it's not going to affect recovery as much as something like doing normal bench or incline bench would. So I just do that for extra volume pretty much. That's cheap. And you get a little bit of a different variation for the chest. Then I usually have abs every day that I train, except arm days usually. And then usually I throw in neck training, where it doesn't matter what day you do neck training, to be honest, in my opinion. Just do it someday, like twice a week, and that's fine. So I just have neck training wherever I feel like doing it. It doesn't really matter. Tuesdays is my lower day. And I usually do high bar squats. And the idea with this is I have fairly high intensity, and then I do 3 sets. I usually do like either 6-7-7, 7-7-6, 8-7-7. So I always increase 1 rep each week. So here I have 7, here I have 8-8-7, and here I have 8-7-7. So I always increase reps usually and try to progress every week a little bit. And that's the way I find works pretty well for hypertrophy. I could do perhaps a better variation for the quads, but I feel that this works for me, so I don't mind. The next thing I have is back extensions. I do 90 kilos for 3 sets of 9, and I increase reps on decent sets. Not much weight increase, to be honest, unless I increase my deadlift 1 rep max, which is what this is based on. Reverse lunge is just an accessory for the legs, a single leg movement of choice that I like to do. Either this or single leg press, to be honest. Then I do leg extension on my reps, and what my reps basically are is doing 2 sequences where you do like a set of 10 to 12, and then you do a set of 6 and 3, and you keep going, doing 3 plus as long as you can, and 4-second rest between sets. And then I just do abs and calves, nothing too crazy, to be honest. My upper day on Thursday is hammer curls, 3 sets of 6 to 10, dumbbell pause bench, overhead press, usually with dumbbells, or overhead press of choice, whatever. More wrist curls, triceps, lateral raises, rear delts, some incline bench, 1 to 2 sets, usually between 6 to 12 reps. In this case it's 6 to 8. And that's pretty much it, nothing too crazy there to comment on, to be honest. A lot of these green lines means that I'm gonna superset something. By the way, if you're wondering why I have these green lines, it's usually that I'm gonna superset something, though some of them are not very accurate right now. But for example, this is pretty accurate, pull-ups and hamstring curls, so I'm gonna superset these two. But yeah, my primary lower day on Friday is I start with Romanian deadlifts, and then I do a top set and a back down set, so I don't hurt my recovery so much, because if you're just doing 10 sets, you're not gonna have a very good recovery. And that's something a lot of people lack to keep going, especially since this is a 9-week program. It's gonna hurt if you do very intense fast. And then I do hack squats of choice. I don't know if I have much to comment. Some pull-ups. I usually do 3 sets, to be honest, of these with body weight. So I can also do the 2 working sets and 2 body weight sets as well. So it's kind of a, depending on recovery and feeling, type of movement for me. I usually do wide grip pull-ups, to be honest, but I just put it as pull-up, so I can also choose different variation if I want to. So kind of like, I guess pull-up of choice would be better wording, but I kind of just know what I'm doing, so I just kind of put whatever on the program because I know what I'm gonna do anyway. Next, I also have hamstring curls for more accessory on the hamstrings, just for the row for extra back volume, so abs and calves. Nothing too insane. That pretty much, this is the same program, it continues the same every week. I try to progress on every movement, increase intensity, reps, weight, whatever you got, sets, and that's pretty much how I try to progress every week. Like I said on the squats, 877, 887, then it's 887 plus, so I'm wrap last set. And snatch back extensions I increase from 3 sets to 4 sets, same weight, and I do that to progress. Here I'm doing the same sets and weight and reps because I'm just trying to get stronger, to be honest, and not hurt recovery too fast. And that's pretty much how I think about programming, and I do this. And then what I have is a arm day every Saturday, so that's my 5th training day. Usually I have a bicep variation of choice, 2 to 3 sets, depending on how much volume I already have accumulated during the week. You can do optional chest work if you want, lateral raise of choice, usually 2 sets, to be honest, max. Triceps, 2 to 3 sets, and another bicep variation of choice if you feel like it, and some wrist curls for 1 to 2 sets. It's pretty much my arm day and what I do. I don't do any compounds really on arm days because I feel already kind of fatigued from the rest of the week. And that's pretty much how it goes. I don't change a huge lot, other than just the weight keeps going up every like 4th week basically. So after 3 weeks, on the 4th week, the weight goes up. So from 82 kilos to 95 kilos, and the reps go down. So the intensity goes up, reps go down. So I have varying intensities in this program, which allow me to train it. Basically, in a way where I can progress on a variety of different rep ranges and intensities, so I can get a little bit of a different stimulus compared to just doing the same weight and high reps or something like that. I still do high reps and I increase the weight a little bit on the high rep sets, the back down sets, but I still do a top set that's fairly heavy to also get the general strength. And here I increase squat weight and I do less reps. So that's basically the idea, is increase intensity, less reps after 3 weeks basically. And that's pretty much how I keep going, is I increase reps, weight, or sets, and that's how I progress. And then I might do, after week 9, I might maybe do a deload and try 1 rep maxes or something like that, and that's what I've usually tried if I feel like doing it. But it's quite hard after 9 weeks to do 1 rep maxes, so you pretty much have to deload after 9 weeks of training. You could condense this program down to 6 weeks and do that if you want as well. It's pretty flexible. You could just maybe put the intensity a bit faster to get more out of less time or something. If it sounds like I'm yapping, it is kind of a yapping, but I wanted to make this kind of a yapping type program overview video. I just wanted to go into detail on how I think about programming and everything. Now everything in this program is adaptable, as in like you can change whatever you want from here, and I also change sets, reps, well not really reps but too much, but sets at least, depending on my recovery and current situation. And the way I do deloads, personally, I just take week 1 and I slash pretty much a lot of intensity or volume of week 1, and I just do week 1 again on after the 9th week. That usually I'm pretty strong by 9th week, so all these week 1 weights are really light. So I can just run this as a deload week and do very low volume, and that works pretty well. So like 50% volume off, and that works pretty well. I was thinking I could potentially also maybe leave like a cleaned up version of this program in the description if somebody wants to use this template that I made. It's basically a 5-day program, upper lower and with an arm day, and you can customize your own needs when it comes to 1 rep maxes and everything, and how you want to run this program. Basically the way you would customize this is just you can change intensity, and you can reference different lifts. Like here I reference the tempo pause lift for the bench, and that automatically here calculates whatever pound weight you put it here, and that basically works. So that's something I guess I could do, is maybe clean this up a little bit and then put it out there for people. But anyways, for different variations, I have different random variations I put here for remembering myself. I guess I could clean this up as well and put this as like a proper list. Do that. But basically, in short, that's my programming, how I think about programming. I think I have still some other videos I want to make about like specifics on different types of programming and the way I do things, but I just want to go over my general program right now that I'm using and why I do certain things and what my focus is. And that's pretty much this video in a nutshell. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the comments, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching the video. Peace.